At least 9 children were reported missing from surrounding towns: runaways, orphans, foster children. Most cases had quietly been closed, chalked up to lack of evidence or no foul play suspected. But new forensic software used on old police files found that several of these children had last been seen near Sylvan Ridge, in institutions that had received quiet funding from New Zion Baptist Church. None of these disappearances had ever been publicly connected. Until now. Even more shocking were the names that began appearing again and again in the paperwork. Former deacons, council members, 2 deputies who had since died, and 1 man, still living: Franklin DeWitt, an elderly real estate broker who had once been the treasurer of Elijah's church. His signature appeared on multiple ledgers, now revealed to contain coded entries and falsified donation records. When reporters confronted him at his estate, he refused to comment. But that same night, a fire broke out on one of the unused properties, tied to his name. By the time emergency crews arrived, the entire building had burned to the foundation and inside. Remnants of what appeared to be charred filing cabinets and scorched lockboxes were found. The town, now under a national spotlight, began to crumble from within. People who once attended church together now eyed each other with suspicion. Former allies turned silent. A growing number of residents began moving out, some overnight. But through all the chaos, one truth had finally been unearthed. Elijah Moore hadn't been paranoid. He hadn't been delusional. He had discovered something horrific, something rooted in decades of silence, power, and hidden sin. And though he hadn't lived to expose it, the things he left behind were now tearing the illusion of Sylvan Ridge apart. One secret at a time. Pastor Elijah Moore was buried in silence, but his truth refused to stay underground. For 25 years, the forest held its breath, guarding a secret it didn't want found. But truth, real truth, has a way of clawing its way through rot, through lies, through fear. What Elijah uncovered cost him his life. But in the end, it exposed a darkness that had been allowed to fester in plain sight. He may not have lived to see justice, but he planted the seed for it: 1 journal, 1 letter, 1 box beneath a tree stump. And now, the town of Sylvan Ridge can no longer pretend it doesn't know, because now, we know. And the forest no longer whispers. It screams.